So we've reached the time of year when here in Central Texas, in the Texas Hill Country, Zone 8, which is typically a fairly warm zone. So to give you comparison, North Dakota, those areas would be Zone 3, Zone 4. Miami would be Zone 10, and this is Zone 8. So this is a fairly warm zone. And we finally reached that time of year when it's really cold here. Our highs today will be in the 40s. We have a strong north wind. Wind chill factors are below freezing. In fact, this morning we hit 24 degrees with the wind chill factor of 18. And I know if you live in a northern climate, doesn't sound like much, but for this area, it's fairly cold. And here at Whirlwind Family Farm, this is when we have our high tunnels in place to have a little bit of crop for us and our customers as long as we can to extend that season. And that's where high tunnels really pay off. But I will say, we do have cover crops out here, as you can see behind me. That is mustard plant. Those are snow peas. We'll see this afternoon. They do look a little damaged, but they may have made it through this freeze. This is going to be a tough week, though. Throughout this week of January 6th, we're supposed to be freezing in the 20s every night and a chance of sleet or snow Thursday or Friday. So this will be the test for all these cover crops. Over here we have turnips, and you can see the turnips are still hanging in there, and they typically do. It takes a lot to really damage them, and we're still harvesting off of those. So let's take a quick look inside the high tunnels and see how they're doing. So as we step inside the high tunnel, we'll go in right here and just take the camera in with us. So go in here, as you can see, I'm stepping inside, and immediately when you walk in, my glasses may even fog up a little bit, is that everything is warmer. We'll be in the 70s, maybe even 80 degrees in here today. As we get to midday, I may even have to vent these a little bit. I don't want to vent these high tunnels too much because I want to preserve as much of the heat as possible so everything stays warm late into the evening. So let's turn around and look. Over here is Swiss chard. The Swiss chard is mature. We've had it now throughout this fall season into the winter season, and you can see it's undamaged. It's had a little bit of cold damage, but it's still surviving and will do well. And I will tell you, I have had Swiss chard in these high tunnels before where we got down to 7 or 8 degrees. Inside of here, it was obviously in the teens. These froze down, and within a matter of a few weeks, they started to come back. We cut the old leaves off, and these Swiss chard continue to go. We replant fresh ones each spring, but I'm always amazed at how well they do in the cold weather. So the polytunnel, the reason we have to have them is, again, what they do is they will not prevent freeze from happening inside, but they extend the warmth of the day. So if it's going to be in the 20s at night, it'll stay above freezing in here till 10, 11 p.m. And then at first light, it warms up in here faster. In fact, this morning at 8 a.m., it was already around 40 degrees, while outside was around 25 degrees. And the same thing for the soil. The soil is staying warmer longer, and that's the key. You have soil that'll stay well above freezing inside these polytunnels. So that's another key for us, especially in this market garden situation. In a small backyard garden, you certainly don't have to have the expense of any kind of small polytunnel. But if it is something that you feel strongly about and want to extend that season, it may be something you can invest in, even in a very small backyard setting. So that's what we do. That's how we extend our season. Blessings over you, your family, your garden. We'll have a couple of videos that we know you'll love. We have several hundred videos that take you further down the process of gardening. We'll have one over here to the left that'll be a suggestion from YouTube, and one over here at the right, which is one of our latest. Take care from Whirlwind Family Farm. Talk to you soon.